Hey everybody, Anel here. Welcome back. Today I'm checking a special hive. This is the hive I don't check often. However, I've had this for a few years now. I'm talking about that right there. So that's a Layens Hive, insulated Layens Hive from Bearsville Company. And I love that hive. I've had it for 3 years and bees survive every winter and I don't do much in there, to be honest with you. I just add frame as they need them. So I've got a little bit of time today. I figured I'd just jump in there, give them a little check, and then I'll probably leave them alone for another 4 or 6 weeks. It just depends what we find now. However, this is an easy management hive. So let's take a look. I think this is a good angle so we can get a good look at this hive. Like I said, this is a special hive. I don't do much here. I do have a honey frame right on the bottom here in case they need it. That's a honey frame from a standard hive from last year. But let's take a peek. Just check for the queen, always. So I'm going to put this to the side. Actually, I'm going to put it down here. All right, so I think that's a better angle there. As you can see, these frames are probably double the size of a standard Langstroth hive. And they don't have a top cover. So the frame itself is actually top cover. I love these hives, to be honest. I only have one of these, this one, and it's the easiest hive to manage by far. So bees look happy in here. I see this is all eggs. This is laid up. So let's take a look at the other side. Here we go. There's some brood. There's some brood and some pollen. It's a beautiful frame. I don't see the queen on here, but she's somewhere out here. But these frames can be real heavy when full of honey, honestly. Let me move this to the side here so I don't block the view, and we'll take a look at a couple of other frames. Wow, that's beautiful. This has larvae and eggs, and some, as you can see, some of these are starting to come out, and that's beautiful to see. Now, when you look at this frame has a lot more bees than your regular Langstroth frame, deep frame, whatever you want to call it. And once a couple of these emerge, that's a lot of bees. So this hive holds 24 frames. However, I only use one side. If I need to do a split, I'll probably put a divider here, which comes with a box, and then just make another colony on the other side. This is awesome. They don't have too much honey. Oops, I've squished a bee. They don't have too much honey that I can see on these frames, but I have that full frame of honey and they're not touching it down here. So there is definitely a flow out there. They'll be fine. Look at that beauty. I'm telling you, this is a lot of bees. Once these few frames emerge, this is going to be packed. All right, so let's take a look at some of the new comb here. So this frame, they built recently, as you can see, and it does not have any plastic. This is just natural comb. All I do is I give them a starter strip up here on top, and they build this out beautifully. You do have to watch it a little bit. Sometimes it can be wonky. Trying to see if I can see the queen. I will do one more frame. Yeah, this is awesome. Look at that. One thing you got to be careful with is when it's super hot outside, this comb can actually, if you flip it horizontally, it can actually fall off. I think I see a queen on the next frame, so I said that was the last frame. However, we'll take a look at this too. Yeah, lots of brood in here, lots of food, new nectar coming in. And that wasn't the queen. There must have been a drone or something. Looked like a queen for a second. Wow, beautiful. All right, I'll put this back together and then I'll talk about this hive just a little bit. Okay, so that was the inspection on this one for next few weeks. I swear, that's all I do to this hive. This hive has been here for 3 years. They survive on their own. All I do is add a few frames here and there when they need them. I usually add a frame or two of honey if they need it. In the winter time, I'll just take a Langstroth deep frame and just throw it aside and just leave it there. I've looked at this one, they haven't touched it yet, and they don't have much on their frames, but there is a little bit of nectar flow, so they're probably good to go. So I will keep an eye on them, probably check back in the next few weeks, but that's about it. Now the hive's been here for 3 years, survived on its own. I don't really interact much. I just, like I said, check them a few times a year, and that's about it. They did swarm on me one time, requeened themselves, and they keep going. So I'm just gonna let this hive ride and see how long it goes without really any treatment, any of my interactions with it. I probably wouldn't recommend letting them swarm if you're in a neighborhood. However, I didn't let them swarm. If I saw that, I probably would have done a split. However, I didn't catch it in time and it was done. It is what it is. But I'm okay because I'm kind of outside of city limits, so if my beehives swarm, I'm okay. However, if you're in the neighborhood, might want to watch that. Well, I hope you enjoyed this one. We'll get another update down the road on this hive, see how he's doing, probably in the middle of the summer. But I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.